Hi, boys and girls. Today we're going to take a virtual field trip to the International Space Station. Before we go, I'm going to give you some information about what is the International Space Station. The International Space Station is a large spacecraft in orbit around Earth. It serves as a home where crews of astronauts and cosmonauts live. The space station is also a unique science laboratory. Several nations have worked together to build and use the space station. The space station is made of parts that were assembled in space by astronauts. It orbits Earth at an average altitude of approximately 250 miles. It travels at 17,500 miles per hour. This means it orbits Earth every 90 minutes. NASA is using the space station to learn more about living and working in space. These lessons make it possible to send humans further into space than ever before. How old is the space station? The first piece of the International Space Station was launched in November 1998. A Russian rocket launched the Russian Zarya control module. About 2 weeks later, the space shuttle Endeavour met Zarya in orbit. The space shuttle was carrying the U.S. Unity node. The crew attached the Unity node to Zarya. More pieces were added over the next 2 years before the station was ready for people to live there. The first crew arrived on November 2nd, 2000. People have lived on the space station ever since. More pieces have been added over time, and NASA and its partners from around the world completed construction of the space station in 2011. How big is the space station? The space station has the volume of a 5-bedroom house or 2 Boeing 747 jetliners. It is able to support a crew of 6 people plus visitors. On Earth, the space station would weigh almost 1 million pounds. Measured from its edges of its solar arrays to the station covers the area of a football field, including the end zones. It includes laboratory modules from the United States, Russia, Japan, and Europe. What are the parts of the space station? In addition to the laboratories where astronauts conduct science research, the space station has many other parts. The first Russian modules included basic systems needed for the space station to function. They also provided living areas for crew members. Modules, called nodes, connect parts of the station to each other. Stretching out to the sides of the space station are solar arrays. These arrays collect energy from the sun to provide electrical power. The arrays are connected to the station with a long truss. On the truss are radiators that control the space station's temperature. Robotic arms are mounted outside the space station. The robot arms were used to help build the space station. These arms also can move astronauts around when they go on spacewalks outside. Other arms operate science experiments. Astronauts can go on spacewalks through airlocks that open to the outside. Docking ports allow other spacecraft to connect to the space station. New crews and visitors arrive through the ports. Astronauts fly to the space station on the Russian Soyuz. Robotic spacecraft use the docking ports to deliver supplies. Why is the space station important? The space station has made it possible for people to have an ongoing presence in space. Human beings have been living in space every day since the first crew arrived. The space station's laboratories allow crew members to do research that could not be done anywhere else. The scientific research benefits people on Earth. Space research is even used in everyday life. The results are products called spin-offs. Scientists also study what happens to the body when people live in microgravity for a long time. NASA and its partners have learned how to keep a spacecraft working well. All of these lessons will be important for future space exploration. NASA is currently working on a plan to explore other worlds. The space station is one of the first steps. NASA will use lessons learned on the space station to prepare for human missions that reach further into space than ever before. So here's some words to know. Module is a self-contained unit of a spacecraft. Truss, a beam that serves as a space station's backbone to which some parts are connected. Airlock, an airtight room with two entrances that allow an astronaut to go on a spacewalk without letting the air out of the spacecraft. Microgravity, the condition of being weightless or of the near absence of gravity. Actually, on Wednesday, we just sent up another rocket up to the space station to take some supplies. So maybe you caught that on TV. Okay, enjoy your trip to the space station, and there's just a few questions to answer after you're done. Have fun.